YouTube, and welcome back to another reaction video. And today we're going to be reacting to Kong's Battle Axe in Depth Analyst by Goji Center. Go ahead and subscribe to him. So let's go ahead and check this out. 3, 2, 1, and go.
A few weeks ago, we got our first ever look at an official MonsterVerse trailer featuring Kong wielding a lethal anti-Godzilla weapon. This axe has raised many questions in regards to its origins, composition, and functionality. Today, we will be discussing theories that could provide the answer to the mysterious nature of this weapon. If you're new to Goji Center and would like to continue to watch epic mini documentaries, take a split second to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Now let's dig in to learn more about Kong's Battle Axe. To lay the groundwork to our understanding of this weapon, we first need to be acquainted with the capabilities of the Kong species. It doesn't take a genius to realize that primates are one of the most intelligent animals in the world, capable of identifying problems and solving them by creating appropriate tools and even weapons. A perfect example of this can be taken from a study held in 2007. A group of researchers observed a troop of chimpanzees crafting spears out of branches, and even going as far as gnawing on them to create sharp tips. This idea of apes weaponizing items is migrated into the MonsterVerse by the writer Michael Dougherty, who previously referred to the Kong species as extremely intelligent tool users. So now that we know that the Kong species are capable of crafting tools and weapons, let's move on to answer the first question. Number 1. Where does this weapon come from? In the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer, we get a clip of Kong raising the battle axe while letting out a rumbling war cry. Note that in this scene, Kong is most likely located in the Hollow Earth, given that we are looking at heaves, or also known as Hollow Earth anti-gravity vehicles. We also hear Eileen Andrews hint at an ancient war between the Titanus Gojira and Kong species. Over time, both species suffer casualties from other creatures, such as skull crawlers, and in Godzilla's case, the Mutos. So how does this all come together? If the Kongs and Godzillas were at war with each other, it is very likely that the fallen Titans would have left behind parts of their body and weapons. While Kong travels through the Hollow Earth, he would have possibly witnessed evidence of this ancient war that was forever etched in history. Perhaps even the knowledge of crafting such arms, or even the weapon itself, was found here in the Hollow Earth. It is here where Kong will realize that he is the chosen one to carry out the destiny of his species, which is to end the war between the two Alpha Titans. This concept is again backed up by Michael Dougherty, who earlier hinted that the reason why Kong would fight the Earth's protector Godzilla might just come down to destiny after all. Number 2. What is this weapon made of? Believe it or not, the composition of this axe is an important piece of evidence that can answer the origins of this weapon. It is obvious that the axe blade is composed of a Godzilla specimen's dorsal plate. Whether it belongs to Godzilla himself is still unclear. By observing the dorsal plate in detail, we see that it somewhat matches with Godzilla's newer curved dorsals. But is that enough to indicate that it belonged to Godzilla? Titanus Gojira dorsal plates have proved to be made from the most durable materials in the world. In 2019, we witnessed Godzilla get dropped from the stratosphere and land directly on his dorsal plates, which appeared to be intact at the end of the film. It is believed that they did not break due to some assumed flexible properties. But how could an easily malleable dorsal plate be used as a solid axe head? It is possible that this dorsal plate could have solidified over many years, giving it the solid integrity required to inflict damage to Godzilla. Let's move on to the next component to learn some more. This clip gives us a close-up of the material that this weapon is reinforced with, scaly Titan hide. But not just any Titan. This very well could be a Godzilla's skin. How? Let's fast forward to this clip where Godzilla's dorsal plate is glowing while absorbing Godzilla's atomic ray.
Yeah, it was glowing.
If these binding straps were mere organic tree fibers or another Titan's hide, it would have burned off immediately. There is only one Titan skin that could withstand such high temperatures, and that is from Godzilla himself. If Kong actually crafted this weapon, he would have also had to acquire a substantial amount of Godzilla's hide to bind his weapon together, which is somewhat unlikely. This only leads us to believe that this weapon was probably found by Kong in the Hollow Earth. A weapon crafted long ago by a Kong
I
specimen from
did say it
pieces
was.
of a
It looks like it
previously
was from the
deceased
Hollow Earth,
Godzilla.
though.
But was this weapon
Right.
fully composed of Godzilla body parts? Moving on to the next component of this weapon, the handle. We see that it glows with a red hue whenever Kong raises it while roaring. There are a few theories out there that claim that this handle is made out of a large tree. This is completely unrealistic due to the fact that a tree would most likely burn and shatter immediately in this clip, where the weapon is impacted by Godzilla's atomic ray. And as far as we are aware, trees don't glow. The only other primitive material that would withstand this amount of stress would be another Titan's bone. More specifically, a femur, one of the hardest bones in any organism. By analyzing the proportional length of this handle, we can assume that it was most likely made from the femur of another Titan other than a Godzilla or Kong specimen. This handle is simply too long to be identified with any of these two Titans' leg bones. This leads us to believe that this could have belonged to another Titan, perhaps one of the larger Mutos. The red hue on this weapon is similar to the glow emitted by the Mutos. We know that Titans are highly radioactive creatures while they're alive and after they're dead. This transfer of radioactive energy bursts between Kong and the axe handle could cause it to glow in such a fashion. In the graphic novel Godzilla Aftershock, we are made aware of Godzilla's vulnerability to Muto specimens. We also know that Mutos can emit electromagnetic pulses which snuff out most of the lethal effects of Godzilla's atomic breath. It is possible, if this is indeed a Muto limb, its composition could counter the burning effect of Godzilla's atomic breath, allowing the weapon to keep its integrity and prevent it from collapsing. This part of the analysis is just a theory, as we are aware that this handle could be made from any other long-legged Titan after all. Knowing this, let's find the answer to the next and final question. Number 3. What is this weapon capable of? Now that we have an idea of what this weapon is made of, we can now make educated observations to understand the hidden powers of this weapon. By closely observing this clip, we will zoom in at the trajectory of the atomic ray. We see that the axe blade seems to attract and even change the direction of the atomic breath in such a way that it leads us to believe that Kong will use the blade as a shield. While there are theories out there that claim that Godzilla was aiming at the axe, we think that Godzilla was aiming at Kong. As far as we are aware, Godzilla can only change the direction of the ray using the movement of his head. Here we see the atomic ray being manipulated from the source, which is once again evidence that the axe blade can attract its energy. The capabilities of this weapon do not end here. The axe blade seems to be growing brighter as Godzilla involuntarily charges it up with atomic energy. And by slowly playing the end of this clip, we see the massive amounts of energy released upon impact. So much, in fact, that even Kong is seen to fly backwards as a result of the blast. This weapon could possibly harness energy to mimic the blast that disabled Titanis Jin Shinmushi in the events after 2014. Which leads us to our final and highly circumstantial conclusion. Spoiler alert, if Kong is able to harness enough energy with this blast, Kong may very well deal the finishing blow to the presumed villain, Mechagodzilla. In this film, the real Godzilla might not have Mothra around to enable the thermonuclear state necessary to finish off and melt a mechanized weapon. It is clear that if charged enough, one blow of this axe could inflict the damage equivalent of many simultaneous atomic blasts. And, assuming that this handle does indeed hold EMP properties, this could also help Kong inflict severe energy depletions to the mechanized giant. We are aware that this Titan is most likely battery-powered, so this attribute would be incredibly beneficial in the end. Do you think this weapon now puts Kong at an advantage over Godzilla? Where do you think Kong's axe really came from? Let us know what you think in the comments. Join us next time as we uncover
I still think it's from the Hollow Earth.
In the Hollow Earth, and how these new Titans fit in the MonsterVerse. For more fun
exploring the war bats. Okay, that's the next one.
And other info on your
I do need to learn more about the war bat.
Like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for joining us until the end, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, I do need to learn more about the war bats. So I could do a reaction video on that. This video helped me a lot about the battle axe, but I'm still saying it came from the Hollow Earth. Yep, alright, that was the reaction of Kong's battle axe. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace out.